Empathy is essential for healing, and I mean that both individually and relationally. So let's unpack that a little bit. Sobriety alone is not going to cut it. Recovery is not meant to be an end in itself. Recovery is not a goal. It's a means. It can be initially a goal, but only to then reach a greater means, which is a full life, a great life, right? A life of rich relationships and meaningful connection and fulfilling experiences that last, right? That's what it's supposed to set us up for. Things that we couldn't have when we were active in our addiction, things that our addiction stole from us, robbed from us, thwarted, got in the way of, right? And so I've got to look beyond merely stop acting out, stop doing, this behavior, that behavior. Stop having those thoughts. It's got to go way beyond that. And I think the next step beyond that for most folks in recovery is expanding empathy, because it is intimately connected to having a full, more accurate, compassionate, self-reflective ability as well. Okay, let me tie that together. If I can't understand my own internal emotional relational experience, if I can't reflect on what's happening within me in a way that is self-compassionate, which means I'm very reactive, criticizing, judgmental toward myself, which means I'm going to go into reactivity, which means I'm not going to then be able to be present with you, right? If I don't have that, I'm not going to be able to have good empathy either. So I've said this when working with couples, and I've had some betrayed partners kind of like raise their eyebrow. He's supposed to have self-compassion. Like, what about compassion for me? They're related. They're absolutely related. Okay, they're absolutely related. Let me give you a scenario. A betrayed partner who all this partner wants is to be able to share the pain of the betrayal with the one who did it, to feel known and seen and validated in that. But every time this partner brings up the pain, their partner, the one who did the betraying, goes into shame, shuts down. Right? And now that leaves the betrayed partner all alone. So see, it's not good for anybody there. If I can reflect on what I'm feeling, I'm feeling shame come up, and I can have some self-compassion and some awareness of what that is and why it's there and the story that's connected to it, then I can actually stay present enough to hear and better understand and actually respond to what's happening in you, in the other person, the one who's sharing their pain. They are absolutely connected. And it works this way as well. As I am better able to hear your emotional experience and feel with you, that's what, to have empathy means I feel this with you, not for you, but with you. As I'm better able to do that, that expands my ability for self-reflection and empathic sort of orientation to my internal experience. So they're absolutely related. One feeds the other, feeds the other, feeds the other. It is through this experience of learning empathy that I also am learning knowledge of myself. And as I have knowledge of myself, I can better share myself, which brings about more intimacy. So empathy is built in group therapy. Intimacy is built in support groups, in 12-step groups, as I'm listening to other people's shares. Empathy is built in individual therapy and in couple therapy. Empathy is built in my marriage. Empathy is built in my friendships. Every relationship that is healthy, every relationship that is leading toward mutual growth and flourishing, those relationships have empathy as a marker for them. You've got to look. If I'm speaking now to the one who has the struggle with the addiction, the one who did the betraying, I'm saying you got to look beyond stopping the behavior, and you've got to look to empathy, which is connected to that own self-compassion and accurate self-reflection. Okay, and that is going to set you up for better healing, both for you and for your partner in your relationship. We want to cast that vision on the front end, okay, on the front end of things. I wish I had that clear an understanding of how important empathy is when I started this work, because what would have changed would have been that I would have talked about it a lot more upfront, and I would have been advocating for it a lot more upfront in the process. Hey, Dr. Jake here. I just want to say, if you've enjoyed this content, you might find yourself helped by my brand new program, the Choose Connection Academy. Years in the making, what I've finally done is I've taught through my entire couple-centered recovery model and created an online coaching program for couples to be able to work with me and move through this process of healing and recovery together. It is broken into different levels based on where you are in your journey. It includes video teaching that you can access at any time, exercises for you to do as a couple, community of others moving through this same material, access to live group coaching calls with me every single week, as well as a number of other bonus resources and opportunities for you. Just take a look at the link down in the comments below. We'd love to have you book a call to be a part of the Choose Connection Academy.